Addiction is so common nowadays, especially in young people. Whether it's phone, porns, sugar, substances, almost everybody has their addiction of choice. For me, it was drugs and alcohol. Like most teens in the UK, I wanted to go out and party, drink, enjoy myself. But see, that's a dangerous road, especially when you're young. Because when you're young, you're easily led astray. You don't really know what you want. Your life isn't entirely clear. And things like substances can take you in a whole direction that you don't want to go, like it did for me. So I said I would only drink. I started off only drinking. Then that led into smoking weed and drinking. And that later developed into hard drugs, and this ball just kept rolling. I kept breaking my word again and again. And this is so common for so many people. Maybe for you it's not substances, maybe it's your phone. Maybe you started off scrolling like 30 minutes a day, now you're doing it all the fucking time. All this stuff nowadays is pushed on us. We even do this to each other, unwittingly. You know, people will post on their social media pictures of them drinking, pictures of them doing drugs. I mean, I done it. I posted it, I made it seem like fun. That's what everyone does. They make it seem like fun. That's why I felt that pull in the first place, because when I was growing up, 12, 13, 14, I would see on social media people posting going to festivals, house parties. They made it look like it was fun, it looked exciting. I seen it on movies too. All I was doing was sitting playing video games, so I felt left out. I felt like I was missing out. And then my time came and I thought it was great at the start. But then I started to see the truth. See, people don't show you the truth. Because if they did, you wouldn't like their post. You wouldn't watch that movie. You wouldn't watch another YouTube video. But the truth is that addiction just covers up pain. We all know this. Maybe you haven't seen it yet. Maybe you're only starting. Maybe you're only having a couple drinks every now and again on the weekend. Maybe a joint here and there. Maybe some coke. It took me a long time to really see the destructive nature of what I was doing. Because nobody sees it in the moment. Even when I was doing drugs almost every day, I still didn't believe I was a drug addict. For a very long time, I just thought that was just normal. You know, because no one wants to call themselves out, it hurts. Especially if you look around and people are doing it more than you. You know, let's say you're only doing it on the weekend and you're like, well, I'm not clearly addicted. You know, I only do it on the weekend, I can control myself. But see, if you're consistently running back to drink coke, weed, wherever it is on the weekend, clearly you're addicted, clearly you feel that pull. There's something in you that needs healing. And instead of healing it, you're going straight to that bag, straight to that ball, which only causes you more suffering. It takes a long time to see this. Luckily, I got out pretty early. Some people go their whole lives, just escaping, just running, just being addicts of some kind or another. And that's why I want to spread this message, tell as many people like yourself about the truth, about the pain this really brings to not only your life, but the people around you. So if you're at the point where you're wanting to get sober, maybe you're like me, you were full-on addict, craving drugs every single day, or maybe you're just tired of wasting your weekend, wasting your life, wasting your time, then I'm here for you. I can help you change. And it's really simple. You just need to start changing the way you live. But there is nothing that is going to change your life, that is going to help you get sober more than exercise. See, I've been working out for a long time. I started going to the gym when I was 15, 14. I went with my dad, but I started getting really serious at 15, going 5 days a week. Since then, the longest I've been off is 1 week. 1 week, and that's just take a week off to deload, to let my body rest. So it's been about 6 years now, and I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because I love what it has done to me. I love how it has changed my life, and I wish I could give this gift to everybody, because so many people, they don't work out. Now, I'm not talking about you have to do weights. There is some sort of exercise out there that you love, that you're passionate about, that you enjoy. Whether it's MMA, boxing, weights, swimming, running, badminton, it could be anything, any sport, any form of exercise. There will be something out there for you. And you need to lean into that, especially at this time of change, this time of growth, because this will be like your rock. Throughout this whole time when I was doing drugs, even when I was getting high every single fucking day, I was still doing exercise because it brought me the peace that I needed at this time. Eventually it became not enough and I realized I needed to get sober, of course, but the peace that it brought me, you see, without it, I know for a fact that I would have killed myself. See, multiple times I burnt myself because I couldn't cope with the pain, because my dopamine was just fried from all this drug that I was doing. In fact, I've got one on my hand. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's a bit blurry. It's about there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I've got them all up and down my legs. And in fact, the one in my hand was the first one I done, and I still to this day, I find it insane how I just done it on my hand so everyone would see. I was just in so much pain. I was just suffering so much. And this is the case with so many people. It could be the case with yourself. Because addiction is such a horrible thing. Such a horrible disease. Well, I don't even want to call it a disease, because then people start talking about it like it's a disease and they think they need to go to a doctor, need to take more medication to combat their addiction. But it's just pushed on everyone. People at the top, they just want to make money from our pain, and it's working. But it's time to grow. It's time to move on from that. See, exercise has so many great benefits. Of course, we all know about the discipline. Everyone talks about the discipline because, to be honest, especially at the start, you're not always going to feel like working out. I didn't. Nobody does. In fact, when I went with my dad, I hated it. I hated working out. I'd be so grumpy. I'd be like, Dad, can we come on? Can we go home yet? I'm sure a lot of people, you can relate. Maybe you've worked out before, you've tried that, you thought you didn't like it. But see, you need to push past that. See, your brain has been trained, unfortunately, for instant gratification. Our generation has grown up with TVs and phones, video games. Some people even porn. Myself, the first time I seen porn, I was 8 or 9 years old. And it's just going to be worse for this next generation. But if we can set a good example, then we can be the change. So I understand you're not going to like it at the start. Nobody does. But you just need to push past that and train either way. So many times I went to the gym when I didn't feel like it. I would be talking to myself like, oh, I can't even be arsed. I was going anyway. When you start to build up this routine, you start to build love, you start to build passion. Now I love it. I'm excited to go to the gym. Every morning, I never, ever, ever feel like, oh, I have to go to the gym. But it does take time to get here. But those days when you don't feel like it, when you say to yourself, oh, I really don't want to go, and you go anyway, they're the days that you build that discipline. And you're going to need it, because you're not always going to feel like getting sober, coming off this bullshit. Some days you're going to really feel like going out. You need to learn to be stronger than your emotions, be stronger than them urges. And there's no better way than exercise. And of course, even better than this, or at least on par, is the mood boost. See, when do we run devices? When do we feel that need to go out to destroy ourselves? When we're down, when we're lonely, when we're in pain. The best thing you can do is exercise. That will help you feel better. That'll help you raise your vibration. That is why I have on that poster, raise your vibration. So I get reminded when I'm down, when I'm fucking feeling horrible, I just see that poster. I remember all I need to do is a wee small workout, some burpees, some push-ups. That's the great thing about it. You can do it anywhere on earth, everywhere that there's fucking floor beneath you. You can do some push-ups, you can do some burpees. You can go on a run 99% of the time. Sure, sometimes you might be at work, there might be lots of other people, they might judge you, but if you're really feeling down, so what? It makes you feel good with no calm down. Unlike drugs and alcohol, unlike any addiction you're going to run to, There is no downside. You feel peaceful, you feel strong afterwards. And of course, there is the physical aspect too. When you're creating a body that you like, when you're getting leaner, maybe you're building more muscle, you feel so proud. There's something to work towards. Maybe it's in a sport, you're working towards a skill. But it gives you a mission, it gives you an aim, it gives you some purpose. So you don't feel empty, so you don't need to run out and go to some drug, some drink. Look, if you are getting sober, you shouldn't be hard on yourself. Yes, you're going to make mistakes, yes, you're going to relapse, but that's just part of the journey. Just like sometimes in the gym, you hit failure and it's not even a bad thing. You just need to take small steps, and this next step, what you can do is add some exercise into your life. I recommend 5 days at least, but if all you can do is 2, 3, 4, it's great. Just take those small steps. In fact, right now, pause the video, go down on the floor and do 30 burpees. 30. That's it. Doesn't matter how long it takes, we're all at different parts of the journey. Just do 30 burpees right now as fast as you can. Right, have you done that? Great. I bet you feel amazing. Far better already. See, anytime you feel that pull, oh, I need to get high. Oh man, I wish I was going out this weekend. Do some burpees. They're the best tool in my opinion, because it works your muscles, it works your cardio, and it works your mind all together. So you're really pushed and you really feel amazing. Remember, you're better than that bag. You're better than that ball.